Alright, I got more remix battles here for you today. And I decided to run something a little more, I don't know, I guess maybe meta, I have no idea. I just threw this together looking at what I had available. I didn't really try to use PvPoke to build this team. Just figured, you know, ice types are pretty good in this format, and I see a lot of Alolan Ninetails. I figured I'd give it a shot. I have a Powder Snow variant. And I threw Shadow Swampert as the closer with Earthquake, and Araquanid here as the safe swap. So yeah, I just kind of like played this out, and I let the Ninetails go. And I brought in Swampert, and I just, you know, let all these attacks go through. I don't know if that was like a good call. They end up having Alolan here, which is amazing for Araquanid. Araquanid actually had some pretty cool matchups here, just because when it got in on a good matchup, like Poliwrath is very common in this format, for example, and Araquanid's a great counter because I don't really have to shield on the Poliwrath, and I could even go for bubble beams to even weaken the attack even more. So here is Sylveon, and yeah, honestly, I just figured because I'll be able to outpace with the Swampert and get to the Hydro Cannons, it was pretty much a GG at this point. So yeah, first match of this team, pretty good. So second battle, this is every time I play the Pelipper matchup, I just go for the Dazzling Gleam right away. I take the Weather Balls. Depending on IVs, the Dazzling Gleam can sometimes knock out. I actually overtapped here on accident, but it doesn't matter that much because I think even with this connecting, they have a little bit of HP left, so they would have been able to get off the Weather Ball just barely. Yeah. So in comes the Tentacruel, and I kind of misplay this part. I just assumed they wouldn't shield, thinking I would try to bait, but I guess, and actually I think the biggest mistake I made here was not shielding. I mean, going for the Earthquake, maybe not the worst call. It's really just the fact that I didn't shield there, and I realized at this point I just completely threw the match by. Even if it was an Acid Spray, I should have just shielded regardless, because I think what I could have done is just went for straight Hydro Cannons even, and I think even Hydro Cannon into Tentacruel still chunks a decent amount. So I just completely dropped the ball, I feel like, when I took that Scald. I mean, if it was an Acid Spray, that would have been great for me, right? But the fact that it was Scald, it was just brutal. And I shouldn't have even risked it, having the two shields. But as you saw in the first match, I played it really risky. So yeah, that definitely cost me this battle. So GG's for sure. And I get another Pelipper lead, so I'm going to play it the same way. And you'll see that, yeah, honestly, Pelipper is not a bad matchup for Ninetales. I feel like I could probably even just spam Weather Balls potentially and still like do a similar thing, but this just kind of like removes the threat. And I decided to shield once, I think, because I was like, maybe I do want a little bit of health depending. And since it is Poliwrath, I'm going to insta-swap into Araquanid. And this is a pretty good matchup. This is exactly what I was talking about, a good matchup for Araquanid in the remix format. So yeah, if you're watching this, please hit that like button. It does help my content out a lot. And yeah, follow for more Go Battle League content. So yeah, I'm going to throw the Bubble Beam just to make the attack of Gigalith a little bit lower. And interesting enough, they do commit the shield on both Bubble Beams. Not that it really matters that much with me having Swampert, but that does make this a lot easier to close out the match now, because I can build some extra energy on Swampert. Honestly, I don't really even have to shield here. I figured there's really nothing I'm afraid of, and yeah, I'm just going to build some extra energy, throw the Hydro, and then I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake, and that should be a pretty solid situation. So yeah, I haven't been playing that much this season. The game, ever since the tail end of last season, I mean, it's been lagging a lot, but that's when it's been most noticeable as of lately for me. So I just haven't really been, I mean, even like playing this a little bit, I got like some lag, but yeah, I had fun trying this team out. I think I might even be down to run this a little bit more before the format leaves us. But yeah, I did finally get up to rank 20 and get my elo, which was a little bit under 2000. I think I might have done it actually in the video. But yeah, it was kind of brutal. But for the most part, I was just running Spice and doing crazy stuff. In my last video I put out, I was running 3 return Pokemon in this format, which is pretty bad, honestly. It was pretty bad. But it was a lot of fun. That was kind of the point. And I did actually get some decent sets regardless. I mean, I showcased 2 3s, blah, blah, blah. I think I almost had a 4-1 on one set, which was just miraculous. And yeah, aside what we're watching here, this team's a little more, I guess, serious. I was going to try to hit Veteran at least. I don't know if I'll really push to try to hit Legend this season. It's more about wanting to have the drive to do it, right? I've been saying my last couple videos, I only want to play when I'm enjoying playing, and if I find myself in a situation where I'm getting frustrated, I'm just going to take a break. And sometimes that break turns into a week plus. And honestly, it's been kind of nice. Also, if you had fun playing Go Battle or the Go Fest this weekend, or I hope you had fun playing Go Fest this weekend if you played, let me know in the comments below if you ended up participating and, you know, if you enjoyed it. I didn't even play at all. I didn't buy the ticket. I didn't try to do any raids or anything. I didn't even open my game once on the weekend. But yeah, I hope people had fun if you did play. But I just want to let you know that I feel pretty good about that decision. And I mean, there's a little part of me that looks at it and it's like, you know, it reminds me how fun it can be or has been in the past for me when I'm like hanging out with my friends playing. But I don't know, lately I just haven't really felt a desire to, I mean, to be honest, I've been working on a living decks of shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Home. And that could have been a good opportunity to get some shiny Pokemon. But yeah, I just didn't really feel like spending all that time on my phone playing the game like that. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing since the game came out. And arguably there was a point where I was playing this very serious. I hit Legend every season. And I took a break for a while. And ever since then, I've been more casual. I don't really want to spend money on the game, to be honest. If I'm being frank, I don't feel like they deserve money at this point. They make a killing. You know, just think of it this way. Even if one person, like every person spent $1, that's a lot of money if you look at, I mean, I don't know the exact number of people that are currently playing the game, but that's an insane amount of money. And I know there's some people that will even have like this like theory that if you don't spend money on the game, you get like hard countered all the time when you're playing Go Battle League. I always wonder, like, I don't know, like I don't like, I'm trying to think what the last time I spent money on the game was. It's not that I haven't even spent like $1 recently. I mean, I'm trying to think, maybe like a month or two, a couple months ago at least, I've spent $1 like every few months potentially, even depending. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that discussion here. I used to be like really heated about the way the game was run and, you know, the state of the game. But as someone who kind of just like, you know, I still keep up with my channel here. I'm still playing the game casually, you know, enough to want to make a video and put it on YouTube, I guess. But it is kind of interesting, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like watching, like I still read Twitter often. I get recommended tweets all the time of people talking. And it's just kind of crazy to think like people spend, like people do 70 to 100 raids over the weekend. I don't know, it's just like kind of like a crazy thought to think that that's just one person. And it's like not even just the fact that they're spending money on a game, it's more what you're spending the money on. You're only spending the money really on a chance at something, particularly. I don't know, the whole hunt for like good IV Pokemon and such is just such a nuisance, I feel like, in the Pokemon Go aspect. Like how the game is, I don't know. I don't want to get, I said I'm not going to get into this, but I just spent like a decent portion of my video so far discussing this. I mean, I do like talking about this type of stuff, you know. I like to keep it real with my audience here, you know. I have no shame in, you know, feeling like, you know, I went hard in this game at one point. I've definitely spent a decent amount of money in the early days of this game. And it did feel like an investment at one point. But I also feel like there's like buyer's remorse, or whatever the expression would be, where I would spend a lot of money because I felt like I had to do something to keep up with something, or blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it just doesn't pay off. By the way, well, let's pay attention to this. This was actually kind of like a crazy battle. I was thinking initially, man, I'm so unlucky with the lead. But then the back line, it worked out really good for Swampert, having Clodsire. And I went for the Earthquake here. I was actually thinking about this after the fact. I'm like, I probably just need to go straight Hydro Cannons. I don't know the calc here, to be honest. And yeah, they threw a Stone Edge, which I assume is less energy than the Earthquake here. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't even remember, honestly. I think it is. But yeah, this is a pretty cool team. I mean, there's a lot of grass types, so if we don't have Ninetales to deal with the grass type, I mean, technically Araquanid actually can deal with some of the grass types. So it's not actually that bad, I guess, against the grass types. I think I even have some grass battles in this set here. So GG. I have 4 more battles, if I'm not mistaken, left in this video. Okay, I get the Nidoqueen lead. I remember the days Nidoqueen was just everywhere. And I'm glad they nerfed it, but dang, that was like a different time, for sure. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, this is great because Araquanid can resist the ground types. I'm not really worried too much about taking like a poison move or 2 here, like whatever, right? Like, it doesn't matter to me. And in this situation, they bring in Umbreon, which is amazing because I can smack it with a Bug Buzz. I got the Bubble Beam up on it on the switch in to lower the attack a bit. And I can just farm from there with the Bug Bite. I could run Infestation. I think Infestation actually could have been a good option on Araquanid. I don't know. I've never really tried to run it. It's a little faster at generating energy. So maybe I would run something over Bubble Beam, like Water Pulse or something. But I do like Bug Bite with Bubble Beam. It's a cool combo with Araquanid. And my boy here got the shiny Mew, which is great. OG here, playing the game. Or actually, they did bring back the Mew. Did they bring back shiny Mew at one point? I feel like they may have actually brought it back. I don't even remember. I think they did once, but I didn't really care because I did already. I don't remember, honestly. Anyways, yeah, Gallade lead. A little scary, but I'm going to stay in for a minute and just see what they do. I don't want to... I guess I do just take it, knowing that I can take at least 1 close combat. It does hit me for a lot of damage. And I guess I could have just bait. It's a Abomasnow now. But I figured if they didn't shield, then the Dazzling Gleam would be really nice. But yeah, they do make a good call, so I bring in Araquanid, and they do a good bait move also. So I'm going to throw a Bubble Beam just to kind of lower their attack, but I probably should have just went for the Bug Buzz. At this point, I kind of knew it was going to be an Energy Ball, but I just figured I'd take it with the attack drop. That did way less than I thought it would. I thought I was going to do way more damage still. But yeah, that was pretty nice, and I knew that was just a Weather Ball, so I farmed down. And yeah, this is looking pretty good, because I'll just go straight Bug Buzz, thinking they're not going to shield, and if they don't, then I'll just remove Gallade, and that's great. In comes Typhlosion, and I can just bring in Swampert for the finish. So it doesn't really matter here, because I can take a Blast Burn or Thunder Punch easily. And that's GG. Also, if you're watching this, I've been working on a solo album. My very first solo album. I'm getting back into producing and releasing music. If you like ska, punk, dub, reggae, even I have an experimental song that I released last Friday. That's a drum and bass, rapcore genre. I don't even know. Like, I just feel like that's what I would label it. I guess I don't know. I don't feel like anything I feel like it doesn't sound like anything that I've ever heard really before. I just kind of made it, and it's very unique. But that's like the anomaly on my album. But I'm going to be releasing a single from my album every 2 weeks. So not this Friday, but the next Friday, I have another song that's coming out. It's like a ska, like a 2-tone ska, rocksteady reggae kind of song. But yeah, if you want to check it out, you can search Rob Sassy I'm trying to think that all the song titles. The first song, Microtransactions Can Be Fun. My second song is titled You'll Never Stop Me. And then the third is Things Change by Rob Sassy. So if you search that, yeah, I think maybe if you just search my name on Spotify or YouTube Music or Apple Music, you should be able to find my music. But yeah, it means a lot to me if you check it out. I'm excited to share some of the music. My first album is going to be released sometime in September, I think is the date I was looking at. And it's already fully recorded. I'm working on one more song that I'm re-recording of an older song that I recorded probably 10 years ago. I have a recording of it that I released on SoundCloud, but I'm redoing the song just because I wanted to do a different version of it. And yeah, it's going to be a 9-song track. I'm excited about that. And I plan on releasing music continuously after that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I think this is the final battle, which amazing lead for me and amazing switch. As you can tell, this is already looking like a super beneficial switch. This person doesn't have a great answer to my situation. Even if we trade shields and they bait me with bone clubs, I'm still going to be in the more advantageous position here. And yeah, pretty much getting that shield on the Shadow Claw, or Shadow Bone, excuse me, just seals the deal. And I'm just going to double shield because it's just whatever, it's not really worth not, like no point in calling the Bone Club here. And they just decided to leave because they figured there's really nothing they're going to be able to do to finish and win the match. So it's a 5-0 set, actually, right after that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. And if you want to watch more Go Battle League content from me, consider watching this video right here or this video right here.